So if you ask me what the consumption of wine in Armenia is like, I would say, oh, everybody's drinking wine. But if we look at it from a different perspective, not from the perspective of a wine bar, specialized wine bar, I would say that we still have a huge competition with other alcoholic beverages, especially because we were producing brandy in the Soviet times, but it was pretty expensive. So we were mainly drinking vodka. And beer falls in there as well, of course, it's one of the main competitors. But the wine drinking culture, it has kind of developed right in front of my eyes. I remember when we first opened the doors of InVino, December 30th, 2012, and people would walk in here, they'd be like, oh, only wine, no vodka? They would close the door and leave. And then they would walk in here and they would ask us, what kind of wine would you suggest for this, a girls' night out? We're having this. And I would suggest a rosé, maybe from Provence, because at that time we didn't have rosés in Armenia. Rosés in Armenia were kind of like, meh. White and red was actually what was being consumed the most. Red wines were just very popular. And then white. Rosé was kind of like something meh. And so we would suggest a rosé from Provence, and they would say, we don't want wine made out of roses. So that was the level of knowledge that people had. So from there, coming back, fast forwarding now, I can also say that at that time we only had 10 drinkable Armenian wines, no joke. And when I say drinkable, I really mean it. Now we have over 600 different types of wine, bottles of wine, that we are not ashamed to show people, to show our guests. And that is less than we actually have, because we have a meticulous tasting to actually present the wines on our shelves. We have a small group of wine enthusiasts, wine lovers, winemakers, sommeliers. We gather them and we do a blind tasting of these wines, and we rate them from 1 to 20. It's not like 1 to 100, but anyway, and if they have a passing number, then we actually present them on our shelves. So we are trying to present we are trying to actually tell them, trying to make these wines more fashionable, let's say, because a lot of the times what we have in the market is not something up to our standards. Still, we have this little fight within ourselves. So around 600 different types of wine, and we have new labels coming up every day. All the wineries, either current wineries, they're producing wine, or somebody's deciding that, hey, I want to make my own wine. So it's very important to be able to pick and choose which wines you really want to represent, which wines you want representing Armenia. And so from then on, with many events such as Meet the Winemaker, My Name Is, or for example, I'm from Vajotstosh. What is Vajotstosh as a region? What are the grape varieties, endemic varieties? What are the altitudes? What kind of climate we have there? So from these small events, we have the same people who used to think rosé was made out of roses come in here and tell us, oh, I want a wine from the Tavush region, which is made from the Lalvari grape variety, or from the Vajotstosh region, made from the Areni grape variety. But I prefer 2015 vintage, not 2020, because it was too warm, that vintage or something. So we have these people who are genuinely interested in what they are putting into their body, what they are drinking.